Alright, we're on hole number 9 of the Gridiron tournament in the Rookie Division. We're down one shot from where we should be. We dropped the eagle on 7. We actually ended up getting par. Excuse me, we dropped the birdie. Practicing a shot. Okay, we're still practicing this. I am 100% convinced, just after my practice round yesterday, that we can get out there a little bit farther with a big topper than we can with an extra mile. And we're taking the wind out of play on both rounds, and we're trying to make sure, and we want to make sure we have all of our backspin clubs, although this thorn is not going to come into play. I think I'm happy with everything else. The tricky thing here is to make sure you can get over and don't clip the rough on the front or on the other side of the first bounce of the drive. So that's going to tend to put us higher up in that second fairway so that we can get out here into the narrower or the closer up stuff. So we want all of the topspin. You can see how close we are. Okay, so there's a 2-4 wind. This is barely enough to get us over. So we're going to put on just a little bit of overpower. Not enough to make the needle go faster, just enough to make that's about 1 ring. And we hit it great to the outside. That'll be bad for us. That'll be very bad. Man, I can't even believe that we made that shot. You can see how close that was. We were riding up against it. I think the key is, if I'm going to bring a big topper here, is to pull away from on that first landing pad, is to be a minimum up here of 2 rings off and apply some curl. So when the ball hits here, it's coming out in here, and you can see the fairway's closer down here, so we want to start off on that side with our first bounce. But if I put curl on it, I can bring it back over to that side and give ourselves a little bit of maneuverability up there at the top, because if we do what our opponent did, if we would have epic failed back there, there's no way to get on. I mean, even if you try a max overpower hook shot and try and get down in there, there's just no way to bring it around to get on. So there's max club. We've got a very narrow little pad here. We're 2 miles per hour per ring, so there's 2.4. Now that's 1.7. We hit it great on the outside. But we still hit in the deal, but you can tell we hit on the side of the hill there. That's why it threw the ball to the left. None of the holes, I mean, there's a bunch of holes in this tournament that do not lend themselves to that second shot. So while this is the higher percentage area to come out here to make sure that you can get an eagle, the shot from the other side going to the island gives you a much nicer approach shot to the green to actually try and go for albatross. The problem is that when you're on that other side over there, if you fail in that drive and end up in the rough or the sand or anything, you are done. In the hole. So what I feel like on some of these shots is that, like here, you know, the eagle is not, we got the eagle down. It's just I'm not giving myself what I would like to see as a second shot for albatross. I'm not seeing that look. This second shot coming up here, trying to get that ball to go in the hole, it's just, you know, when you're out here, you just have no angle. You got to be low enough down here so that you still have a little bit of an angle, and even there, it's really tricky on this little spit right here to try and get the ball to go in a forward direction and stay straight unless you get closer to the sand. And it is just a tough shot, whereas if you are out here, you've got this entire, I mean, if you're anywhere out in this area, your shot to the green, you've got this whole mouth area here. You've taken everything out of play. So you do have a beautiful albatross shot from out here. I think if you wanted to have a higher percentage shot at an albatross shot, whether you make it or not, but if you wanted to have a legitimate shot every time, then this is the area you got to go. But that area is also fraught with danger out there. This area here, the second shot isn't necessarily a walk in the park, but there are ways that you can do this so that you just safely come in here and just dribble it up to the hole. Make sure you secure your bird or your eagle and move on. But it is always nice when you're on these holes if you can give yourself a legitimate shot at albatross, not just throwing the ball out there and seeing if it'll go in. And I think that you'll have that better shot at albatross if you come over here. But if you're going to come over here, definitely bring your quarterback, definitely bring a big ball, because it is a long ways from here over to here. I mean, I'm out here, right here, and I'm using my Guardian. And I was right at minimum club with my Guardian, but you can see the distance that you lose from here to here. And so you're going to be in your wood out here, so you want to make sure you bring a big ball. That's the thing about out here, is that you can easily get out here if you've got the right club and you take a good shot with a marlin. It's not going to matter, but the marlin's going to kill you on this second shot. And you're going to see a lot of people come here that don't bring bigger balls, and they're going to be redlining right in this area. They hit a beautiful shot out here, but they're redlining right here. You need to bring a big enough ball to safely get you into this fairway area without having to overpower. And then you'll have a really decent shot at albatross. I'm going to continue to shoot out here, but if I can't, in both of my accounts in the opening round, if I'm not getting this shot and I'm not getting the look I want, I may in the weekend round switch to over here. And I don't normally like to switch stuff up, but usually the deciding factor on switching something up is if it gives me a better shot at picking up a hole, you know, picking up something. And I'm not feeling like I'm getting that albatross shot that I really want when I'm out here. But we'll play it again in the opening round. We'll play it 4 more times, and we'll play it this way 4 more times and continue to work on it. I might be coming at it at the wrong angle. I may need to come out here and try and bring the ball more in. Maybe bringing a sniper would be better. But we'll keep practicing this hole and see how the weekend goes. And then once we get to the weekend, we're going to make a decision. Because on the weekend, you absolutely have to go for it. You got to give yourself a shot for every single thing. If you can get eagle on that hole, you got to have an eagle shot. If you can get albatross, you need to have an albatross shot. Not just a shot to get up there so that you can get an eagle. You need an albatross. All right, that was the Gridiron tournament. That was hole number 9. Let's see, we got a -12. So that's not we were looking for a -13, and we had the -13 until we dropped 7. Practicing. What an idiot. So I think -13, I haven't seen any -14s, although I'm sure that there's a ton of them out there. But -13 seems to be right now, you know, the score that people are really trying to go for. They're trying to get that, you know, 2 and 4, like once per round, just trying to pick that up. So I think in the weekend round, we're going to see a lot of -26s. And you're going to see some chosen few with a -27 or a -28. So if you're looking for the win, you need to be -26 minimum. If you're in one of the lower level brackets in the rookie division, if you're in a pro or a rookie bracket, a -12 is probably going to be pretty strong. So if you can shoot a -24 in the weekend round and maybe pick up 1 and shoot a -25, you get a serious shot at winning. All right, that was the qualifying round for the Gridiron tournament in the rookie division. Thanks for watching.